Thank you, Mr. Chair. The influx of fentanyl at the southern border has truly impacted every American community. Since 2021, overdose losses due to fentanyl have exceeded 200,000. And friends, we are losing over 150 neighbors, community members, and children due to this deadly drug. It is truly a weapon of mass destruction, produced in China and sent to the United States with a clear result of killing our country. This crisis has persisted, and due to the open border policies of this administration and the mass importation of fentanyl it's creating, this is resulting in more and more of not only communist China's ability to influence, but Mexican-based cartels to enter and terrorize every American community. It is a flood of illicit drugs and is costing every single community more. The lack of enforcement on our southern border to deal with this flow of fentanyl is being felt most poignantly by our frontline defenders, the brave men and women in uniform, our first responders, who many of them are already facing staffing shortages back home. And so I want to thank, Mr. Chair, the men and women who are both the front line and now the last line in the battle against fentanyl in our communities. I do a lot of ride-alongs with my sheriffs and my local law enforcement, and I've seen firsthand how fentanyl has hollowed out communities and created great pain for so many. There is more that we can do, and our officers are left thinly spread out, our constituents under siege, and our communities literally dying as a result of failed policy. We need to better understand the full scope of the fentanyl crisis, including the impacts that are occurring for our local law enforcement. My amendment to this bill would require the Department of Justice to report to Congress on how many law enforcement officers have been reassigned, how many local resources have been reallocated, how many community policing programs have been reprioritized, or in some cases, not prioritized, because fentanyl has become the #1 issue that so many of our local law enforcement has had to address. Gaining visibility on where our local officers are, spending their time, prioritizing the threat, and appropriately separating and addressing the issues at the state and federal levels respectively is not only imperative, it is simply prudent. I'm proud to offer this amendment and urge my colleagues to support it along with the underlying text. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I reserve the balance of my time.